Patrick Mahomes is the commander. He is the chief and the commander. He is the face of the league. He is the one and only boss of football. That is the riddle between Patrick Mahomes and the Washington football team. Is this rookie thinks he's going to take over and he the next hot shot in the league. Patrick Mahomes say, not so fast. I'm the commander. I am the chief. That is the riddle for the Super Bowl. The Washington football team won Super Bowl 26, and they tried to win 33 years later against Patrick Mahomes, but it all ends in defeat for the Washington football team. They had former Chiefs coordinator Eric Beinemy last year. They replaced him with Kliff Kingsbury, who was a part of the New Orleans Saints in 2004, 2005. And in his only pass was attempted as a member of the Saints. He went to training camp and completed 10 passes of 21 attempts, and with a long of 57 yards and 2 interceptions. Tom Brady sees his former quarterback. He didn't play his rookie season. He spent the year on the Patriots injured reserve, but he did get a Super Bowl ring in 2003. He got cut. But he spent training camp completing 10 passes with the Saints. The Chiefs threepeat. Patrick Mahomes, 10 straight playoff wins. He's the 10th pick of his draft. The only loss for the Chiefs occurred in the 10th game of the Kansas City season. 10 home games for the Kansas City Chiefs. It's scripted. The three-peat is on for Kansas City Chiefs in the 10th pick of his draft. Patrick Mahomes, number 7 Stroud. They make it to the 7th straight AFC Championship game. So that is the riddle right there. Kliff Kingsbury will go to New Orleans, where he used to be a member of the Saints. Kingsbury's 126-45. New Orleans is 126-45. He'll make it to New Orleans his first year as the offensive coordinator of the Kansas City Chiefs. Dan Quinn, he lost his Super Bowl. Dan Quinn is Gematria of the 40th day of the year. Dan Quinn in reverse is Gematria of Kansas City. The Chiefs won 40 regular season games over the course of the 3 years during this three-peat run. The Washington Commanders will play their 47th playoff game in the Super Bowl. It is going to be 4 Super Bowls for Patrick Mahomes and 7 AFC Championship game appearances. The Commanders' 21st playoff loss over at the Caesars Superdome. Caesars is 21, and Caesars Superdome is Gematria of the Kansas City Chiefs, ending the year with the 18-2 record, winning the three-peat. Daniels is Gematria 64. Kansas City Chiefs is Gematria 64. Jayden Daniels. Jayden's Gematria Kansas City scoring 23 points today. Jayden 59 is Gematria of the Superdome. Is Gematria of the three-peat for Kansas City. LSU Tigers. Tigers Gematria of their next Super Bowl appearance 33 years later. Tigers is same exact Gematria as Patrick. Andy Reid is 29th playoff win of his career on 2-9. Mahomes, Gematria 29. This is a lock. They've won the Super Bowl. It's a lock. It's already been determined. It already has happened. Notice how Jayden Daniels, Gematria 51, is Gematria of the Redskins. He plays for the Redskins franchise. Washington 49, Gematria of New Orleans, Louisiana, in abbreviations. Commanders in the 105th season, making it to the Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes still wins 4 out of 5 Super Bowls of his career in New Orleans, 45. So it's obviously scripted for KSA to win this scripted three-peat championship. It already is still going down in Dan Quinn's playoff record of his career. He will enter the Super Bowl with a 6-2 playoff record to his name. Patrick Mahomes is 62, and then the scripted third loss for the Chiefs scripted three-peat. 28-3 catastrophe for Dan Quinn in Super Bowl 51. Jayden Daniels in the Redskins is Gematria 51. And now on to the ownership group of the Washington football team. How many losses since this whole name change ordeal? It'd be their 47th loss since they changed their name to the Washington football team and then on to the Commanders, the 47th loss occurring in the Super Bowl. And notice how they've lost 45 regular season games ever since they no longer were the Redskins. This is the year of Super Bowl 45. And so the Eagles ain't got no chance. Eagles still fought a 4-5 in the NFC Championship game. New Orleans 45, 4 title wins in 9 games. Washington 49, New Orleans, Louisiana 49. So the Eagles are a lock to lose against the bigger and better franchise, the Washington Redskins. You go to the Washington Redskins, they're 3-2 in the Super Bowl. Commanders, Gematria 42, but also it's Patrick, that's Gematria 33. And their scoring differential at plus 19 can fall to plus 18 for the scripted three-peat. Fall to 3-3 in the Super Bowl 33 years later. You cannot make this up. And now the list of the NFC Championship games. A rookie in the Super Bowl. What's Gematria rookie? The Commanders will improve to 6-1 in the NFC Championship game. Obviously, Louisiana in reverse is Gematria of 61. And that's just another loss for Sirianni to fall to 4-3 in the playoffs. It's champion. That's Gematria 43. 4 wins in 7 games. Eagles fall to 4-5. The Eagles lose to Washington. Wow, what's the record for Washington against the Eagles on the road all time in franchise history? The Washington Commanders' 91st win against the Eagles, and the Chiefs started 9-1 for their first loss of the year. Eagles at home against Washington. Well, series is tied 44-44. Perfect. New Orleans is 45. Perfect. Kingsbury, quarterback Kyler Murray. Murray's Gematria 33 years later. The Washington football team can make it to the Super Bowl. Kyler Murray's Gematria of Daniels. Kyler's Gematria Super Bowl 26. Kyler 64-28's Gematria of Jayden. He also was a coach at Texas Tech. Texas Tech is Gematria 33 and also the 105th season. Dan Quinn is going to be a victim of the Chiefs' 10th consecutive playoff win in franchise history. His playoff record entering the Super Bowl would be 6-2. Quinn by itself would be going 3-0 in the playoffs for Jayden Daniels to begin his NFL career. Daniels, the Gematria 28, he won 28 games as Cardinals coach. He lost 37 games as Cardinals coach. Louisiana's 38. Josh Harris is born in year 64. Kansas City Chiefs 64. I think I said Daniels is 64. He's born on the 29th day. The repeat, the threepeat for Andy Reid's 29th playoff win in his career. Josh Harrison versus Gematria Kansas City Chiefs. Harris 44 versus Gematria threepeat. It also Gematria Superdome. And again, the Chiefs' 27th playoff win in franchise history. Dynasties, Gematria 27. The Chiefs are going to cap a dynasty over the Washington team. Joshua Jordan Harris. What's the Gematria of his full name? Well, Joshua Jordan Harris, 83. Gematria of New Orleans, Louisiana. And they both have same reverse Gematria too. So 21st loss for the Washington team over at Caesars in a title game. So here again, Caesars is 21, but also its title, that's Gematria 21. Jayden Daniels' record against the NFC. Bottom line, Patrick Mahomes is the one and only GOAT of the NFL. He is the commander-in-chief. And all the crybabies be like, you only play a rookie. NFL want him to play a rookie in the Super Bowl. Oh, I make it so easy on Pat. He gets all the calls from the refs. Okay, so his record against the AFC. He beat the Bengals on the big Monday Night Football game. They scored 38 points. The Bengals 33. Their Super Bowl appearance 33 years later. Louisiana 38. I entered it in the calculator. I can enter it again. Louisiana's Gematria, Philadelphia. So the LA Lambs have zero chance. The Lakers are the tribute. The Rams didn't say we want to win this for LA. They suck. The Clippers suck too. They didn't say we want to win this for LA. The only team was the Lakers. This is how you know it's good for the Lakers to win. Philadelphia in reverse is 61. Don't forget, Washington will improve to 6-1 in the NFC Championship game. LA Lambs have zero chance. Jayden Daniels against Jalen Hurts. Switch black quarterback. Try to do what Doug Williams did. Win a Super Bowl as a 100% full-blooded black quarterback. Your Matthew Stafford is going to play company man tomorrow. Also, the Gematria of the Rams. The Rams is Gematria of Jayden starting out 3-0 in the playoffs. NFL ain't passing up on Washington, Philadelphia. That is box office. And so he beats the Bengals. He beats the Cleveland Clowns. He loses against the Ravens. He's 2-1. He loses against the Steelers. He beat 2-2. He beat Tennessee. He's 3-2. He falls to 3-3. The 3-3. I like the 3-3. What about Jayden's stats? Did Jayden's stats say about the coming Super Bowl? The only thing with 25 I can really think about is Trump. Is racist Trump going to see a full-blooded black man win the Super Bowl? No, he not. Racist Trump's going to see this quarterback who's got blue eyes and he has a little maggot wife and a little maggot mother too. Donnie Trump has the only interest he has is seeing little maggots. He's gonna greet little maggots. So sorry, Jayden, you cooked. The amount of time from his birthday to the Super Bowl, 7 weeks, 4 days. Patrick Mahomes, 7 AFC Championships games and 4 Super Bowl rings. That's the 74. 1 month, 22 days, Gematria, Kansas City. And who can forget head-to-head between the Chiefs? Alex Smith, he played for Washington. And who replaced Alex Smith? His name is Patrick Mahomes. He replaced Alex Smith. And Kingsbury replaced Eric Beinemy. There it is. My foot, the scrap. My foot, the scrap. No. Sit back, kick back, reflect, and diagnose, and understand the why part. They flip no damn script. Paul leaves. Now we start to see what the actual script is. So as I was in Alex Smith. So the Chiefs won 14 games against the NFC during the three-peat. Alexis Gematria, the 15 wins against the 21st loss for Washington. Alex, was quarterback there. He got traded to Washington. Remember. He got traded to Washington. So he went from San Francisco. He quarterback. They said, we're moving on with Patrick Mahomes. Okay, but we are going to trade you somewhere else. And they sent Alex Smith to the Washington football team. And he played 18 games with Washington. He led them to their first playoff berth as the Commanders. So you can't just sit here and ignore the connection that the two teams have with Beinemy and Alex Smith. This team was good with Alex Smith, Kansas City Chiefs. They won 10 games every single season. And they had Alex Smith in there who was good enough to lead them to the playoffs. And then, when it was obvious that Patrick Mahomes is the chosen one, they traded him to Washington. In Alex Smith, 132 and 51 reverse is Gematria of Redskins. Smith is Gematria of the Chiefs. Current playoff wins of 24. Wonder what his record was. He played 18 games with Washington. Well, and this is the 11th Super Bowl in New Orleans. Alex Smith wore number 11 through the course of his career. It was coming in clutch, not forgetting to, on the spot, thinking about Alex Smith. He did lead them to the postseason. He went 2-5 in the playoffs. I forgot what I was talking about with 25 during the course of this video. 7 playoff games with Washington in his career with every team. Oh, he did. I did. That's right. Taylor Heinicke was the quarterback of that playoff game. Now I remember. 6 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. The year that the Washington football team won the division and championship is Gematria 68. So very, 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 very great stuff I see right there. I think the Utes are like an Indian logo, and he played for the Indian Kansas City Chiefs, which, if you type in Indian is Gematria of the next Super Bowl 33 years later. Redskins, Chiefs, a little bit of a Native American theme to the Super Bowl. Dan Quinn coached the Falcons. Falcons is Gematria. Mahomes is now 7-0 in the divisional round. The Falcons is also Gematria of the Super Bowl on the 40th day. The Atlanta Falcons is same exact Gematria as Kansas City Chiefs. Dan Quinn gets to be the only coach in the history of the NFL. Yeah, he lost twice to Brady as defensive coordinator of the Seahawks, as coach of the Falcons, and now he gets to lose against Patrick Mahomes. That third combined Super Bowl between Mahomes and Brady combined. He enters the Super Bowl with 15 wins as Washington coach against Patrick Mahomes. Super Bowl 51. He lost the Super Bowl at Houston, and now he loses his next Super Bowl to fall to 3-1 in the playoffs as coach of the Commanders. The game was tied 28-28 before the Patriots won in overtime. 28's Gematria of Daniels. I think the last thing I need to note is the collegiate stats of both Patrick Mahomes and the Jayden Daniels. '29 total starts with Texas Tech. Andy Reid's 29th win period to win the three-peat. Let's go to Andy Reid. I forgot to mention too. We talked about Gematria Dan's Gematria, the 10th straight playoff win in the playoffs for the Chiefs. I can't wait till the Super Bowl. I can't wait to see Washington against the Chiefs. You'll be going back to this video. You'll be like, this is GOAT material. Just putting it right there, literally like not even hours after the game, but series of 10 minutes after the game. Andy Reid's going to win his 19th playoff game as Chiefs coach against Dan Quinn, and Dan is Gematria of 19. His 26th playoff game against the Redskins, looking to win their first Super Bowl since Super Bowl 26, but it ends in failure. So yeah, that's what I need to say about. That's what I need to say about Andy Reid. Oh, I mean, Washington can be darlings. It's like, oh, they suck. They had Dan Snyder, who's a big prick, and Dan did, which another thing. It's not just Dan Quinn, but Dan Snyder. They get rid of Dan Snyder, but they still lose the Super Bowl. Snyder is Gematria. Dan Quinn started out with a 3-1 playoff record when he loses the Super Bowl. Obviously, Daniels is Gematria Super Bowl 64. Could they win Super Bowl 64? No doubt about it. There is time for them to win the Super Bowl. Hey, let's say if they lose at Louisiana, well, I think they can win the Super Bowl 38 years later. Definitely the Eagles are frauds, and you know, Jalen's the bum who turns it over. Like, obviously, you know, they're here to stay. They're here to stay. Andy Reid, 66, title 66, 66. The Revelation is the 66th book in the Bible, and you know, first three-peat in history of football. Is there a listed day that Washington was founded? Oh, Commanders Chiefs head to head. I said I was going to do it, and then something else came up, and then you know I have to go do that, right? Yeah, I have to do that. Kansas City Chiefs lead the series 10-1. Win 11, I guess, is on the way. Philadelphia 101, Louisiana 101. The Chiefs are 10-1 against the Commanders. Man, this is obviously scripted. What about a day from Mahomes' birthday to how many touchdowns did he had in the regular season? He had 26 touchdowns. The Washington team last made it to a Super Bowl in Super Bowl 26. That Lion Cat Super Bowl, you have to be aware about. He has 94 touchdowns during the regular season over the course of the last 3 years. Again, Dan Quinn's Gematria 94. His 21st playoff game ends with the Washington's 21st playoff loss. We know how the bum Eagles have already done against the Chiefs. We want to see how a better quarterback can handle Patrick Mahomes. We want to see how the other guy can handle Patrick Mahomes. December 18, the birthday of the quarterback, Jayden Daniels, threepeat 18, Louisiana 18th state. These are the things you need to note with the birthday. Okay, I already did that. I kind of forgot I did that, which is okay. But, again, Patrick Mahomes' birthday, the Jayden's birthday, I think is probably one of the last things you need to do. 13 weeks in a day, 131, the big championship number, because it's championship, that's Gematria Super Bowl, and their birthdays are 13 weeks in a day apart from each other. 3 months in a day, and Jed Daniels falls to 3-1 in the playoffs. And Dan Quinn lost at Houston. Houston 31, his last Super Bowl loss. 92 is also Gematria, the Book of Revelation. Even if he doesn't play like a rookie against the She-Goals. Remember, Eagles fought to 4 NFC titles in 9 games. Eagles Gematria 49. Now that's how we make sense about the Eagles. So here we are. The one and only Chief, the commander in the Chief. His name is Patrick LeVon Mahomes.